Did you know this? This is important. No, George. They're gonna want to know this because no, my sun tanning habits do have relevance because I'm in a tropical latitude. Is that what we say? China will censor me and want to re-educate me in Xinjiang if I say Taiwan's a country. Such a heinous thing deserves all kinds of money from the state to go be re-educated against one's will to have the great benefit that's so great that I don't know that I want it. Nobody knows that they want it in Xinjiang to say that Taiwan is a country. So I can't say I'm in a tropical country. I could say tropical island, but it's not. It's half tropical. It spans the Tropic of Cancer. So I'm just going to say I'm at a tropical latitude. So being at a tropical latitude, I don't know if you know this or not, but Florida is subtropical. It's not, Florida's not, yeah. Okay. No, getting sunlight, getting vitamin D from the sun is a thing because we're not talking Michigan, Florida, cold places like Florida. We're not talking about that. We're talking tropical. And there's this overabundance of sunlight, and it had been raining for 10 days, which sure beats the 3 weeks of straight rain that we had last year, that the lingering cloud of July graced us with its presence. So no, it's really funny. The cloud rolls over, but it gets to the edge of like the zone and the clouds disappear and then they reform over at the other edge of the zone. It's like they're moving, but it's really funny to look at. On whether you're talking the satellite or just looking up in the sky, these clouds are rolling off and they hit this thing and they vanish. And over there, they're coming out of nowhere, materializing. And it's really funny. But I finally got through all this water, this rain, and I needed vitamin D, man. I was mad at everybody about nothing. And I just needed vitamin D. I mean, you know how that is. I don't, when you're angry about nothing, do you know that it's nothing? It takes some maturity, but hopefully with time, one of the goals in life is to become aware of whether you're mad about something or nothing. Well, anyhow, but I knew that it was vitamin D that I lacked. And, you're sitting there all by yourself and you're mad at your friend about whatever, and you can't even prove that whatever is real. And you talk to him and you find out that it's not. You're all mad about nothing. Yeah, probably vitamin D or salt deficiency. Go get a Gatorade and visit your tanner. Did the Obama tanner tax, is that still in effect? I wouldn't know. I'm at a tropical latitude. Well, I'd gone out into the sun and I was starting to get these white spots. If you're on YouTube, can you see it on my arm? I might have gotten rid of it, actually. It might have diminished it. I'm pointing at a white spot. Yeah, you can see it. There it is. So both of you watching on YouTube, you can see that little white spot there. Well, see, I've had a few of them. I started to get them 2007. I started to get white spots. And that's, how do you say it? Some people look like cows. Like there's this massive splotch of skin that just has no tan and it's white. There's a name for it. Anyhow, the thing is, your body needs melanin. And a lot of times those spots show up because your body just doesn't have the melanin to do the photosynthesis of the sun thing, right? Okay, so I'm over here and I'm in the sun and I'm seeing more and more of these little white spots and I'm going, am I recharging my melanin? Okay, so now this might not be a problem if you're in, cold, freezing, ice cold places like Florida, which aren't as hot as like places where I live. But if you're from those places, it might not matter. But if you ever plan to go to a tropical latitude, fish, eggs, and milk are going to be the protein things. And it's the egg yolks, of course. And then also, it's really the secret is berries and carrots. And that balances it out, berries and carrots. You got to have the berries and the carrots. Blueberries, the raz and the blue. Maybe others, but I think it's the blueberries that are really the zinger in it. Yup. carrot juice, and blueberries. And you shouldn't have a problem getting a suntan. You want to add to that, augment it, like I say, eggs, fish, and milk. And then if you're hyper serious, tomatoes and melons. And then orange fruit. Mangoes, apricots, whatever, orange. Orange fruit. Well, carrots aren't a fruit. For those of you in Reed Rapids. Well, you know how they say that like fruits and vegetables and plants that help a certain part of your body look like the part of the body they help? Well, carrots, if you slice it right down the middle, the inside of it looks like an eye. Okay, so, but if you think about it, it also kind of looks like the sun. So anyhow, yes, carrots, they don't just make your skin orange. They help your body produce, they give your body melanin, which is necessary for the photosynthesis. Because if your body's producing the vitamin D, then it's producing a tan. And if it's not producing a tan, then something isn't working. So I don't want to get into all the chemistry of it and sound like a doctor, but there you have it. Carrots and berries, especially blue, maybe raz, and fish eggs and milk. But those come in balance. You got to balance. Like you need this and that. Melons and tomatoes if you're serious, and any orange fruit, generally speaking. That'll keep your melanin up. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You're so excited to know that. Well, isn't that a nice break from Hong Kong? I've been rambling and I know it. I've been ranting and ranting and ranting about Hong Kong these past couple weeks. Look, I'm not going to do Hong Kong this week. I'm not going to talk about it today, tomorrow. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not even going to say the word Hong Kong. Look, the issue is, and their developments are continuing, of course, and I've written about them at specific times in the editorials and talk a little bit about it, I suppose. The thing with Hong Kong is this is right in my backyard, and and the people here in Taiwan are talking about it. So you want to know what life is like here every day. Just go listen to those podcasts the last few weeks again, and I'm actually yawning. I'm talking about Hong Kong and it's a yawn, right? Okay, no, but this is the big thing with this. Hong Kong is going to bring Britain into the war. Hong Kong, this is shaping stuff. Like it's, I've made the point, I made the case, and it's continuing to go on. And watch the headlines to see how it's going. You get the gist. I don't need to keep beating the dead horse. I'm not into beating the dead horse. I'm not into news and topics and comment. Those guys, they just talk about the same thing every day. Remember Scott Peterson was looking for his wife, Lacey Peterson or something years ago. And it was like always on TV, the ongoing search to find his wife. And they would interrupt your afternoon to see if has anyone found his wife. His wife and his daughter are missing. Like he's the only one with a missing family. And then months later of this, after months and months of this on TV interrupting, we find out that they found the bodies. Someone had stuffed the bodies in garbage bags, tried to sink them in a river, and they found out that it was Scott Peterson that did it. Like the guy that was on the TV asking everybody to interrupt their afternoons. Had the call center, the volunteers, people looking for his wife and daughter, and they found out that he was the one that killed him and tried to hide the bodies. Wow. Wow. So it's like, yeah, I'm not one of those guys that wants to take the same topic and go and just keep talking about it. So I made my point with Hong Kong. Just the thing that I want you to note is that this is really a big escalation thing. This is leading to a war, and Britain is going to get involved. And that's, I'll close with this because I don't want to talk about it more, but Iran, the British HMS, whatever, from the Royal Navy, is saved over to the Straits of Horror or whatever it's called. It's a small, itty bitty, narrow band of ocean that goes between the tip of the boot around Saudi Arabia-ness and then up in Iran where it bends around it. And there's a little tiny, little itty bitty baby area that ships can pass through, and they've got to keep that open and safe and stuff. And the Brits, the British, sent their royal vessel of some sort or another, their warship up and they sailed it, well, powered it through there. And that's my take on it. The British care. That's, this Hong Kong stuff. They say in Hong Kong, Britain's not going to help. Oh, no, I don't agree. Britain does care. They do care. Now, the British aren't going to go in there and fight as much as the Yanks are, the Americans, for those of you in Reed Rapids. But, Britain's not going to get involved in so much of the fighting, but they are going to play a role in this. And Britain does have a lot of power and strings that they pull around the world. And that's my point with this. Britain cares. And we see with Britain sending their war vessel, the royal war vessel, through that little area over near Iran, and also with, threatening to kick out the Chinese ambassador over Hong Kong, we do see that Britain cares. And this is going to be the type of thing that's leading up to this war that's coming in the Pacific. So that's the reason I'm so excited about it. I just want you to see that and pay attention. It's been a delightful, lovely day, and talk to you tomorrow.